Hi, I'm Trevor, the CEO of the same foundation. The donation we received from Interbet helped us in procuring vital, life-saving medical equipment and PPE for Tygerberg and Groote hospitals in the Western Cape. This was while the Western Cape was the epicenter of the pandemic. If you would like to get in touch or assist us in these projects, you can get hold of us on our website, which is www.samefoundation.org.za, Facebook and Instagram or LinkedIn.
Well, we're on to race number 4 now, and this is over 1,600 meters. Time to get your bets on here will be 14:50, 10 to 3. We'll bring up the field and have a look at what's happening. Well, at the time of recording, a 9 is a scratching, so we'll have 9 runners that will go to post here in race number 4, and with the 8 races carded, this will be the start of jackpot 1. So 1,600 meters, Rael. I don't know how you're playing it here, but I'm only going to go 2 runners in the place accumulator. You know, that is going to be my play for the day as the chosen bet. This horse, number 1, Woodland Glade from the Mike de Kock stable. Last time out, I did not work on course. I worked at Gallop TV, but there was a buzz around this filly as being hard to beat. That run, she seems to be one pace for most of the way. It looked like the right type of feel for her. She wasn't kicking on, you know, she was just staying in the position that she was throughout the race. Nevertheless, she had a good look at the poly track on a surface that she's won on before, so it was some time since she last visited the surface again. Again, a nice low weight, draw 1 this time round. I'm glad that it wouldn't be a plus like it was last time out with Muzieni up, so she'll have the run of the race from draw 1. But, you know, those type of things that you hear or, you know, that are talked about when a horse is fancied, you don't just throw that away after, you know, 1 run. So I'm going to follow her again, number 1, Woodland Glade. And the backup for me is Imaginable. I'm going to say this could be the pick of the 2 runners from the Alison Wright stable with Richard Fourie up. She seems to be in good form. So is the stable. Alison Wright and Garrett Van Zyl. They will be fighting out the KZN Championship this season. You know, they seem to have separated themselves on the log here in KZN. There was just 2 in it over the weekend. So, you know, it'll be a close fought KZN title between Gareth and Alison. So we'll see what happens here with her runners, but I personally like number 6. So I'm going to go 1 and 6 there in the PA. But it certainly, you know, doesn't stop there for a bet like the pick 6.
Yeah, we pulled apart in this race here. I'm going with numbers 5, 7, and 8 in this contest in terms of buy pots and place accumulators. Number 5, Palomo. I know he won his maiden last time out, and he's having his first run after maidens, but in his penultimate run, he ran second to Imaginable, and he meets him on 2 kg better terms. He was a maiden given a horse that was a winner weight, quite a lot of weight, 3.5 kgs to be exact, and this time out, he's in receipt of 2 kgs, which I think is going to be a positive. I think that win would have done his confidence a world of good, and I think that he can progress from there. Number 7, Aberdeen. He's dropped to a mark of 75. I think trying him on the poly track for the first time is a huge positive. He's a son of Visionaire, and the Visionaire progeny tend to do extremely well on the surface. So I think that could just be the key move here from the yard of Glenn Cotton. He took on a lot stronger last time out when beaten behind Spelling Bee, beaten 5.5 lengths. He was actually fancied to run a much better race than what he did. And I think that in this type of contest, slightly weaker against slightly weaker, I think he can bounce back to some of his better form, which has seen him run some nice races. And then number 8, Kings Island, who got a 3-point penalty for beating Porfirio last time out. I think that's fair. I think Porfirio is going to frank the form early on in the card, and this horse is of course in distance suited. And when you have a look at the penalty that he received for winning and the penalty that Imaginable received for losing, both 3 points, and Imaginable was a loser whereas Kings Island was a winner, so his confidence would have gone up with that win. So I think 5, 7 and 8 between those 3 horses. I expect to see the winner, but healthy respect for your choices, numbers 1 and 6 in race number 4. And in terms of the pick 6, given that it's a field of 9 runners now, how are you looking to play it?
After your thoughts, you know, there used to be, I don't hear much of it these days. I used to be a part of a lot of them, syndicate betting, where you get a group of people and you play it. I'm sure it's happening now, but you know, I just got a few guys that I play with. You know, especially on the big race days, not the usual race days. But when it comes to syndicate betting, the reason I mention it, because if you and I now we're pulling our resources with our thoughts and our money together. After listening to you, I would have put my hands up and just say field. Because, I mean, that is it. You've given me 3 runners. I've given you 2 runners. That's 5 out of 9 runners. Then we just play for the results. You know, you sit back and you just hope for the worst. That's how you play the exotics.
Aberdeen at 16 to 1.
That's it. You know, if you're tipping a 16 to 1 shot, the biggest outsider in the field, and then if my next choice after my 2 is a horse like Manic Monday, who's also in double figures, you know, if you ask me for my top 3, I'm going to go 2, 6, and then tip number 4, and you've already got a 16 to 1 shot in there and 7 Aberdeen. So I think it's a field race for the team at Gallop TV in the pick 6. But you'll do well to try and get through the place accumulator and the buy pot with the minimum spend in race number 4.
My name is Beston. I live in Cape Town. Also, I do delivery. Interbet helped me to realize my dreams. Now I have my own delivery vehicle and I'm able to do the removal in and around Cape Town.